You ready for our Shabbat today? Anybody got any scriptures today? I know Elder King got about 1,000 of them. My elder, I appreciate you, sir. Really do. I told our brother friend that, like I said, that I got some faithful elders in here, man. You know, we was talking about how Bishop Gray, you know, he did 40 years as assistant pastor, 4 years as a pastor, and before they was deacon, you know how I'm going to say it, and I said, I said, that's great, and I said, man, I got some elders and ministers and brothers here at Bethel, man, it went from them that's keeping me strong, you know, and he was like, yeah, and I said, Elder King, man, faithful, because I already know you were faithful at Charlotte, but right here, being at Bethel, you know, my elder, I thank y'all for you, you know, and I was telling brother friend that I got some faithful ones here, and I know what it means by being faithful. That's where your strength comes from, being faithful and strong. You encourage everybody else, you know, to stay the same way. You know, that's why even though we feel bad, don't feel good, don't feel like coming to the house of y'all, or feel sick and just want to give up, we come because, you know, your strength is helping somebody else to, even though you don't even feel like being here. Sometimes I don't feel like being here, but I come because I know it's right for y'all. Tell me it's command, but by me being here and praying to encourage y'all for that next week. Because I know that next week will be a bear. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going to happen that next week. Even Yahushua said, don't worry about, you know, the day sufficient evil thereof. Don't worry about tomorrow. We don't. We worry about the day. But still, man, we know in the back of our mind, tomorrow's coming around the corner. If y'all open our eyes that morning time, we know. We know we got to go out that door and fight the devil. That's all that matters. If you're Yeshua, you're going to fight the devil. If you love Yeshua and you want to do things right, Yeshua, guess who's going to fight you? It ain't the people, it's the devil, man. And the devil uses his people. You know what I'm saying? The devil uses the people that ain't of y'all. That's what the devil uses, because they his. You know what I'm saying? They blinded. So the devil going to use them all day long, man. All day long to get you mad, to get you upset, to get you off your game. That's what they're here for, man. So, hey, I just thank y'all again, you know, Brother Fabian, Mr. Richard, man, Sister Sue. I talk about Sister Sue all the time, man. To everybody, man. How can somebody be faithful on the phone, on Yom Revi and study the Torah, man? Then you got beginning of Shabbat and Shabbat. Faithful, man, about for a year and a half, man. That's man. She got the Guinness Book of Record, the world record, man, for me and stuff like that. But I'm just saying that if you want to desire to be in the house of Yah, that's your desire. And you know she can't be here in flesh right now, but she's through the airways. We already seen the rock desk working that, because the rock desk is working over there to Kush over there, and they talking about it, they hear the preaching, you know what I'm saying, and she hear the preaching over there in Montana. That's power, man, but she's faithful, man. So I ain't an excuse for anybody out there. That's why they can't talk to me. They talk to me stupid, man. Man, brother, they talk stupid, I laugh at them, man. I said, how can man, you can't make it, and this one make it for a year and a half on the phone. And texting, you know what I'm saying, texting my brother, where he at, you know what I'm saying, texting me, I'm ready for Shabbat, I'm ready for y'all study. It let me know she ready, man, with a text. Then through the Facebook, come on, I'm here, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying, that encouraged me. That right there encouraged me, no matter what. If I don't feel bad, I ain't trying to go to church, I don't want to go to church, I hear that text, man, I got to go to church. Because she want to hear the word. You know what I'm saying, but I'm going to be here anyway. I'm just saying that. So there's no excuse for anybody else for me. If you come with excuse, man, I'm going to eat you up. I'm going to burn you out the water, man. I'm just going to get you with your little excuses compared to her. Because she already did all the excuses for the people out there. That's what I'm saying. If somebody desire to hear Yahuwah, desire to serve Yahuwah, desire to praise Yahuwah, there should be no excuses. Just because I've seen that. That's why I thank elders and my brothers and Brother Praise, we continue on. That's what encouraged me. Because sometimes I come here and I say, I don't want to be here, man. But still, I come here, then when I see y'all faces and y'all smiles, man, and that rocket dish on you, and it jumps on me, man, I'm ready now. I just got up, man. I got drunk some coffee. I'm ready to rock and roll now. What? Before that, I didn't want to do nothing. Just when y'all encourage me, man, I'm happy, man. Of the name of Yah, because we give him glory. You know, that's what it's there for, man. So like I said again, it's a good day. TV Land, we are in service already. Bishop Ronald K. Harrison Jr., I welcome you to the house of Yah on Shabbat. Again, Minister Rich, while I say this now before I forget, you get with Sister Sue, you get these things back out. Let's get this thing rolling. I want all the services that have been missed out, get them back on there, just because of me. If I want to listen to it, man, I can go back on the Facebook instead of, because like I tell Minister Fader, I've been stalking for a whole 6 months, have not put it on the recorder yet. So now it's my own way. If I want to go back and listen to a sermon, I have it on Facebook, on YouTube, and I can go and listen back what the message said. So we definitely work on that. I want that done, please. I mean to get that out like that, but man, it's eating me up. When y'all spanking my butt, man, I got to put it out there because I already got spanked about a couple of times already. Y'all don't get spanked like I get spanked. So when I get spanked like that, I kind of tell you real quick, man, so I won't forget, so I won't get that spanking no more. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all cool spankers, man, they last. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they last like 2 or 3 days, 4 days. You know when you get spanked by your mom and dad, it might be lasting for a day. But y'all cool spanking, that thing might last for like 4 or 5 months, 6 months. You don't get tore up. Boy, but again, welcome TV Land. We're here at 118 Cheney Avenue, Jacksonville, North Carolina, 28540. Again, the time of the service, we in Shabbat at 11:30. We got a study of the Torah, Yahuwah study instruction of the Torah on Yom Revi, starting at 7. Then we got beginning of Shabbat again, like we had last night. We had Minister Richard speak last night in Yom Shishi. In Yom Shishi, beginning Yom Shabbat at 7. That's the beginning of Shabbat. And then I'm excited about that because we come twice. We come in the beginning of Shabbat, and this is about the end of Shabbat. We do a whole Shabbat 24 hours. And that's awesome that we come in, like I said, Minister Richard, man, spoke on purpose, man, and that's pretty good, man. We know every word is good, but, you know, I don't know. That's why I tell them when they speak, I don't know what they're going to talk about. But for me, I get a chance to eat. You know, and I sit here and my brother was just speaking, and I was like, wow, man. And then Minister Fraven was saying a couple things, and I was adding 2 things up, man, what they was talking about, and then y'all was dealing with me about that. And I was like, wow, that's why you come on Shabbat. The beginning, if you can make here, on the beginning of Shabbat, and then you make it on Shabbat, you spend the whole day with Yahuwah, and that's the whole message. The whole message is you just want to spend all day with Yahuwah on Shabbat day. Now, if you can't make it the other days, it's okay. But the day is the day you make it, you know. Day is the day y'all commanded us to be here on Shabbat day. And he knows that he sanctified us, plus we know it's a blessed day. All right, the Creed of Bethel is Ephesians 4:5. We believe on Yahuwah, one faith, one baptism. And Ephesians chapter 2, verse 20, our foundation built upon the apostles and the prophet Yahushua Mashiach, chief cornerstone. Apostles and the prophets. People forget that, man. And Yahushua is the foundation. Yahushua is the chief cornerstone. That is what we stand on. Like we was talking about the scenario today, I was telling them that when I went to the little men's fellowship with my brother this morning, you know, and then y'all, when I left there, y'all was straight dealing with me, man. He said, what if y'all start having a conversation of y'all, and you know what I'm saying, and when you turn the conversation of y'all, and talking about women, and like I said, not against women, but I'm just talking about the laws. What the Torah says that I will not have no woman suck authority over me. I will not the woman rule over me like that. And I was saying that to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But even though the laws of the land says it can, but not in the Torah, it can't. So when I speak what the Torah says, people get offended because they're not in the Torah. Then they want to get all beside themselves. Then they want to start arguing. Then they want to bring the cops in it. Then when the cops come, since you're a male, they're gonna take the female side first, and then you're going straight to jail. You know, for a little conversation that y'all dealing with me, how would you handle yourself? I'll say, y'all, this is freedom of religion. I will speak, but I will not back down. But he was saying this is what would take place, and you'd be lost out for 2 or 3 months. Oh well, then you just get persecuted for the faith. But that's what y'all was dealing with me. You know, when I was with my brother over there, how would you handle yourself? How would you stand on the Darbarine? And like I said, we will get persecuted because of the word's sake. He said so. But nowadays, you won't see people do that because they get so scared because they know if they go to jail, they lose their family, they lose their job, they lose their money, they lose their car, they lose their exposure, man. You know what I'm saying? People like people when they go to jail, so that's what righteous say. You lose all kind of friends and respect for anybody. Go to jail, you lose everything. If you go to jail for righteous sake, you lose everything. So both places you lose. And I'm saying right now, in this time era, you won't gain no respect. And that's what y'all telling me. You know, that's what people are scared of. They'll lose their respects. But y'all dealing with me and said, what happened if it happened to you? You better get ready because you're a preacher. Satan was ready to shoot arrows at you. That's the way Satan is used to shoot arrows at you. He was telling them to get ready. Because it takes be times we're in fellowship, men, fellowshipping with the Darbarine and the Word, conversation come like that in a group. But someone on the outside might hear and get offense. And when they get offense, they're going to start arguing. They're going to start getting your conversation. Then somebody else going to hear that. Then they're going to think there's an argument, there's a fatality or something like that. Then they're going to call the cops. Then the cops going to get in there. Just over a conversation. That quick. That's how the Satan works. So I'm just saying that's the day that I'm excited that we did have fellowship, but I'm excited with what y'all is dealing with us, man, and how y'all deal with me about the foundation, how we stand on things. Because if you ain't got no foundation, man, you're going to fall. If you got a sand foundation that's quicksand or sand, when a storm comes, you're going to sink. But our foundation, like I said, is Ephesians chapter verse 20, our foundation built upon the apostles and the prophets, and Yahushua Mashiach, two cornerstones. And we keep that in mind. So when people want to call, like you want to call TV Land, call 910-388-5295. That is the church phone number, and my phone number is 910-381-3056. Give me the phone number because if you got any questions, I will tell you about the foundation. I will tell you what we stand on. I will tell you what we believe in. It ain't what Bishop Ron believes. Like people say, this is what I believe in. This is what I believe in. No, we don't do that here. We go right here. Right here. That's what we believe in. See that? And what Yah says. All right. Did I miss anything? All right, we're going for the Shabbat opening. I know we got some scriptures. I know somebody got some scriptures going to help you out. Come on. Okay. Wait a minute, Sister Sue. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on real quick. Hold that scripture. Hold that. Brother Pedro said he had one. You had one, sir? Yeah. I want to hear Brother Pedro first, Sister Sue. I'm sorry. I like that. He come out and shot the gun. He come out shooting. Brother Pedro came out shooting, so he got one. I want to hear what my man got to say. Go ahead, sir.
It's one of my favorite ones, and it just hit me in the face over the book in Land Rider.
All right, now.
It says, I will lift my eyes up unto the hills, whence cometh my help.
He's at Psalms 121.
My help comes from Yahuwah,
yes,
which has made heaven and earth.
yes,
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
yes,
That keepeth thee will not slumber.
yes.
Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Come on.
So, Elohim is thy keeper.
Yes.
Elohim is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Yes.
nor the moon by night.
Come on.
Elohim shall preserve thee from
Yes.
all evil.
Yes.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yes.
Elohim shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth, even forever. Evermore.
Awesome, awesome. Yes, sir, I like that. I know that song too, and I know that thing about heart, because that's the prayers I say in the morning time sometime. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. You know what I'm saying? Yahuwah is my keeper. The sun shall not smite by day, nor the moon by night. And I say, Yahuwah shall preserve me from all evil. Yahuwah shall preserve my soul. Yahuwah shall preserve my going in and my going out for this day forth forevermore. I say that prayer. That's a great prayer right there. You want protection? Say that prayer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? In my eyes to the hills was coming my help. We know our help comes from Yah, which made the heavens and the earth. You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful, sir. That is beautiful. Thank you, sir. Go ahead, Sister Sue. Knock it out.
Okay. Isaiah 66.
Okay, Isaiah 66. All right.
That's my go-to if I need it. So 21, 24. And I will also take of them for priests and for Levites, saith Elohim. For as the new heavens and the new earth which I will make shall remain before me, saith Elohim, so shall your seed and your name remain. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Shabbat to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith Elohim. And they shall go forth, and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me. For their worm shall not die, neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorrent unto all flesh.
But I like that. And it shall come, verse 23, and it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Shabbat to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, says Yah. I like that. From one Shabbat to another. He said, all flesh. You know what I'm saying? All flesh that's going to be on the earth in the millennium is going before him. Point blank. I'm letting you know, TV land. So if you don't do no Shabbat now, and you say you're going to get the Shamarim, you say you're going to get there to the new millennium, I'm going to let you know, get ready. You're going to Shabbat. If you like it or not. You like it or not. He's going. It said all flesh. From one new moon, from one Sabbath to another. It said all flesh. Now, it just dawned on me. When Yahushua get here, man, for that new millennium, you're going to worship him. You're going to. Every knee shall bow, every tongue confess that he is Yah, Elohim, to the Father. Think about that. He says all flesh. Don't think that you ain't going to worship him on Shabbat day. I'm talking about in the new millennium. I'm talking about the 1,000 years. It says all flesh. Don't say I got a stomach ache, I got to work, I don't feel good, I just got married, I just got land. Forget this, Yahuwah. I don't know about him. You going to know about Yahusha. I'm sorry. It says all flesh. So you ain't going to worship him now on Shabbat day. Come to New Millennium, you're going to see him. New Millennium, if you made it through the tribulation and stuff, yes, you don't made it. All that persecution, anyway, all that persecution and stuff through the tribulation, you're going to be worshiping anyway. You're going to be saying, thank you, Yahuwah. You're going to be praising like crazy, man. You don't made those 7 years. Think about it. You don't made those crazy 7 years. And all you had to do that the first time was worship him right. You didn't have to go those 7 years. Come after those 7 years, go to the New Millennium. I bet you will be there. You'll be the first one on Shabbat day. You'll be the first one at the altar. You'll be the first one your face down, praising him. I can see it right now. You're running straight to the altar. After you done got to the 7 years of persecution, tribulation. Come on, man. We know all that, but I'm just trying to say this. I don't understand that when Sister Sue reads the scripture, that's why I let Sister Sue read it 1,000 times. It don't bother me. Because when Sister Sue reads the scripture, I'll go right there, verse 23. Verse 23 tears you up every time. And that's what y'all deals with me. I don't know how Yahuwah deals with you. Yahuwah deals with me on that verse 23. From one new moon to another, to one Sabbath to another. What he's telling me, every Shabbat day in that millennium, 1,000 years, Sister Sue, your homework is, I want to know how many Shabbats in 1,000 years. Since you read that scripture. That's your homework. Give it to me next Shabbat. All right? I want to know how many Shabbats in 1,000 years. There you go. We know how many Shabbats in 40 years. She said 2,008 days. 2,008 Shabbats in 40 years. This is going to be crazy for 1,000 years. Think about that. One new moon to another, one Shabbat to another. All flesh. I'm talking about all flesh, man. Should come to worship before me, says Yah. You know what I'm saying? They should come and worship me. Let's go to Zachariah. We're going to talk about the Feast of Tabernacles. If I can get there. Let's see if I can find this scripture. All right. Let's go to verse 16. All right. Zechariah chapter 14. I'm just going to do some reading. It's one of my scriptures. Let's go to verse 12. And it shall come to pass in that day that great tumult from Elohim shall be amongst them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand and on his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. And Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathens round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance. And so shall be the plague of the horses, of the mule, and of the camel, and of the ass, and of all the beasts that shall be in these tents as this plague. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left on all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Elohim of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. There you go. That's one feast day that you're going to keep. And y'all were dealing about the feast days. The other feast day you want to worry about. Because Yahuwah fulfilled when Yahusha comes back to Zion, he don't fulfill the other feast days. The other feast days he fulfilled. But the Feast of Tabernacle, that would be the feast day we'll be worshiping when we go there once a year before Yahuwah. And it shall, verse 17, and it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King Elohim of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. And if the family of Mizraim go not up and come not, that have no rain, there shall be the plague wherewith Elohim will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the feast of the tabernacle. I'll start right there. You think about that. Now, if you ain't coming at one feast day, think about that. Not coming to the Shabbat day. Now that's one feast day. That's one feast day. You talk about plagues, the Nazarene. You talk about no rain. Now think about it, you ain't coming up on Shabbat day. That's some crazy stuff. Not worship on Shabbat day. Don't think y'all who ain't gonna know about it. You might worship like the different, like here, in the different nations, they might have a place to worship on Shabbat. But you talk about the feast day. If you ain't coming out on a feast day, there ain't no rain in your nation. You're going to have some plagues. And guess what the plagues going to be? The ones that he went down on Mizraim. You know what I'm saying? This is what y'all's talking about. And this is in the new millennium. This is what it's the future. We talk about the future. And I want to know about the future. I'm not predicting the future. That's just don't tell me about the future. Right there. Sister Sue said on Isaiah, Yahoo chapter 66, and we went to Zachariah. 2 scriptures already. Going to say, because like my brother said, Minister Richard said yesterday, one die, no tittle, should not pass. Nah, the word. The word is not going to go void. The word has been spoken. And Yahuwah said it does not go void. It's going to accomplish what it's going to do. So that is Shabbat scriptures today. I'm not going to stay long on that. But I'm going to read the main one. And I'd like Minister Richard stand up and read that. Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 12 to 17.
Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 12 through 17, and it reads, Keep the Shabbat day to sanctify it, as Elohim thy Yah have commanded thee. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work. But on the 7th day is the Shabbat of the Yah thy Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou shalt, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy ox, nor thy ass, nor any of thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates, that thy manservant and thy maidservant may rest as well as thou. And remember thou wast a servant in the land of Egypt, and that Yah Elohim brought thee out of thence through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm. Therefore Yah Elohim commanded thee to keep the Shabbat day. Honor thy father and thy mother, as Yahuwah thy Elohim have commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee in the land of which thy Yah Elohim have given thee. And in verse 17, thou shalt not kill.
Thank you. Thou shalt not kill. You need to tell the kids, thou shalt honor thy mother and father, that thou might have long days, that might y'all live long. That's what we need to tell our youth. Honor your mother and father. And we should tell them, thou shalt not kill. There's a lot of killing going around in these days. Thou shalt not kill. Good one, Minister Richard. But like I said, again, it says right here to keep the Shabbat day, to sanctify it as Elohim your Yah. Yah your Elohim has commanded you. Elohim your Yah has commanded you. Keep the Shabbat day. Sanctify it. That's commanded. Am I? Alright, that's why we keep it. He commanded us. So I don't want anybody else any questions and talking about y'all wrong and all that. I'm going to go right there to that scripture. And then they're going to say, well, you want to talk to the Yisrael. I am Yisrael. Now what's up? You know what I'm saying? I would tell him, I am for the trial of Yisrael. Come on. So what? If I don't keep it, I'm being disobedient. You might not have to keep it, but it says to the Jew first, then also to the Greek. So if the Jews are keeping it, you need to keep it. You know, then I can say, well, you and that grafted vine of yours, you are grafted in. If he did not spare the Kadesh branch, who you think he is? You is. He'll straight pluck you out too real quick. You know, you aren't even the chosen one to be disobedient. I'll start right there and get me started. Okay now, man. I'm rolling. Again, I thank y'all again for the house. Anybody got anything you want to say? I'll give you the mic. We're ready to get started. Man, if I got any questions, anything want to add anything as we get in the sermon today, I thank Yahuwah for the message that he gave me. You know, and Yahuwah has blessed me again with his Dabarine. I just thank again Yahuwah for being on Shabbat day. When everybody's in the house in our presence of Yahuwah, I thank you being here as well. Again, I say that many times because you understand, man, Shabbat is real. Shabbat is real. Yahuwah is real. And like I said, y'all is dealing with me. And we're going to speak the sermon. The sermon is the inexcusable old man. That is the sermon. Inexcusable old man. Now, why is it inexcusable? Why inexcusable? Because there ain't no excuse. Old man. Why I say old man? That's what they use. We are old. Baby brother Fabian ain't old, but he old. Old in the word. Old. You know what I'm saying? Old in the spiritual side. I can say it like that. You know, I'll be old right there in the flesh. But an old man. I'm saying you've been in this thing for a while. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Why I say there's no excuse? One thing, and we're going to talk a little bit. Let's pray before I get started. I'm ready to roll right now. I got my guns loaded. I'm ready to shoot. All right, y'all, we thank you again for one more time being in the house. One more time, Yahuwah. We thank you for Shabbat scripture. I thank you for opening my eyes again for more on Shabbat scriptures, y'all. Just because what Sister Sue said, Yeshua, and the words that you have given me, y'all. But there's no excuse, Yeshua. And I just want to thank you, y'all, for your words today on Shabbat day. I ask you to heal every heart that's here, Yeshua. I'm asking for a heart of flesh, every heart, not a heart of stone, Yeshua. I'm asking for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding right now, Yahuwah. For everyone that's here and in the TV land that listening, Yeshua, that you give us revelation of you, Yah, that we may be closer to you more, Yah, that we may love you more, Yeshua, with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, Yeshua, that we may come closer to you, that we may be perfect in your will, Yeshua, to do your will. In Yahushua's name we pray. Amen, amen. All right, again, thou inexcusable old man. And y'all was dealing with me about that because like I said, I could have went anyway today, man. I had about 5 sermons today. I could have went anyway today. You know, I think because that's why I think listening to the ministers that they speak, because all week long I ain't got nothing really. I just, you know, I'm eating on here and there. I'm reading the Doreen every day, but y'all ain't really gave me anything really to speak on. Really what I read is just for my soul. You know, when you read stuff, it's really just for your soul. All you do is maintenance stuff. You eat, you know, you're nourishing your soul. That's like you nourish your body naturally. That's what you're doing. So spiritually, that's what you're doing when you read and you're studying a little bit. But when you get the word from Yah, that is for to give out to the people. And then, like I said, he feeds you. But when you give out to the people, he ain't getting the same that you give out to the people. Every person in here gets something different, what Yah's giving them. But he told me today, thou inexcusable old man, and that's what he's telling about. There ain't no excuse. The reason why he's talking about that thou inexcusable old man, he said this thing. He said the word. He says, how do you get the revelation of Yah? And this is what he's dealing with me. This is how everybody get the revelation of Yahuwah. You get it by the Dabarine. You get it from your mama, your daddy, your relatives, or your association that's close to you. Or you get a revelation from Yahuwah. That's what we're going to talk about. That's why he's talking about you're an inexcusable old man. First of all, we got the Dabarine. There's no excuse. Whoever reads this book one time, especially all y'all knuckleheads in jail, man, like me. When you go to jail and you say, well, I ain't got nothing to read, and you pick up the Bible and you start reading it, man, you ain't got no excuse. But once you read that first page of Genesis, you're done. You're done, man. Because it talks about the creation. So there's no excuse of you, old man. Okay then. 2, when your mom and daddy take you to church, from 4 years old, 5, 6, you you're up there running around the church, 6, until you sit your butt down, you sit down, listen, man, start going to sleep, hit your leg, wake up, on time. You heard that, you know what I'm saying? You're sitting down, you won't fall asleep, slobber coming out, you hit that leg out, you get up, you tell y'all, you don't get on, tear your butt up, you don't wake up there. All that time, man, then you're up to 11, 12, 13, still going to church, especially the children, your dad is a pastor, you're in trouble for real. You know what I'm saying? Your dad is a pastor, you're up there, and you're in your house, I'm talking about man of y'all, teaching and ruling his house, man, with authority through the word of Yah, and he's teaching you, training you, man, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. And then the last one is the revelation of Yah. That's when the rock just draws you, man. You know you're drawing, and you up here weeping and crying. You're going to the altar. He's telling your sins. He told you what you did last night. He's been telling you what you did for years, and you've been stealing, killing, and committing adultery, fornication, every sin that's in the book. You know what I'm saying? You're up there confessing, crying out, and you say, Yah, forgive me. Then you turn around and tell the pastor, baptize you to get my sins. You get around and get baptized in Yahushua's name, your sins. Then he fills you with rock of dish. You get all the presence of Yahuwah. Then you want to turn your back, there's no excuse. That's the revelation of Yah. So there's 3 things I want to talk about. That's why I said there's no inexcusable man. There's none. There's none. There's none. Y'all was telling me about that. He was telling me about that. You ain't got no excuse. You got none because we see it. We see it. We see it to the dark ring. That's faith. We believe it. We ain't never seen it eye by eye. But then we see it through our family, through the man of Yah, our mother and our father. The ones that really had that faith, the really the examples. You know the true ones and you know the fake ones. Elder King, we already know the real ones. We already know who's faking. You know what I'm saying? We know. We watch the real ones. Like our great grandmother died 105. She was always reading. She was always praying. I know she was real. I know she better not mess up around her, because my mom used to talk about it. My mom said they didn't want to go back down there to Arkansas. My mom used to send us to Detroit to visit. My mom went down there once to Arkansas. That was the last time, because my great grandma wasn't playing. You couldn't play down there. Can't go out there, be out there tipping, out there drinking, going to the clubs. My great grandma wouldn't have. That's what my mama said. That was one time they wasn't going back there, because that's not what they wanted to do. You can see the faith in them. You can see how they walk. That's why my mom ain't no excuse. My mom grew up with that. So there's no excuse. And then you got the revelation where Yah always hit everybody. You up there, man, in the house of Yah, they're praying, they usher the rock of dish come in, the presence thick up in here, and you already know you ain't right. Guess who's going to tear you up so you can get right? Because Yah love you. Y'all don't want you up there still stinking, looking dumb, ignorant and everything else. He wants you to turn and repent because he loves you. He wants you to come back home. Yahuwah wants you that. And that's why I said there's no excuse. So that's what Yah was dealing with me, man. I love that. How he gave me a message today. And he gave that to me this morning when I was laying in the bed, and he was straight drilling me. I like that when I be laying in the bed and he just straight beat me up. Yahuwah just straight be drilling me, man. But I love it when he's talking to me, because he don't have to. You know what I'm saying? He just let me roll over and go back to sleep and dream up some stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or don't want to get out the bed and just say, oh, it's another day, and feel dreadful. Like I told my brother, he started laughing. I forgot it was Shabbat this morning. I finally got some sleep. Elder King, man, I slept so hard. I got it, man. I thought it was Sunday, man. I thought it was another day to play around, because I don't go to church on Sunday. Sunday to me, man, young Rashawn is another play day for me now. I can get up and roll over, decide what I want to do. If I want to go to somebody's house and listen to it, or if I want to sit home and don't do nothing, I can do that. I told my brother, man, I thought it was young Rashawn, man. And I look at it, it's Shabbat, because he talking about eating. And they said they going on Shabbat to eat. I said, man, this is Shabbat. Get your butt up, man. It's like, oh, yeah. I was all messed up. And I thank y'all for that. Even though he gave that message, I was still messed up because y'all was talking to me. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Let's go to Hebrew, chapter 11. Remember what I said, excuse me, old man. Remember about the word, your association, the household, and the revelation of Yahuwah. Remember those things. That's why it's no excuse. There's none. And we're going to go over here, some other things we're going to talk about. All right. Yahuwah is so good. All right. Here we go. Talking about the faith. All right. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. For by the elder obtained a good report. Through faith we understand that the word was framed by the word of Yah, so that things which are seen, which were not made of things which do appear. By faith Abel offered to Yah a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous. Yah testified of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because Yah has translated him. For before his translation he had this testimony that he pleased Yah. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that come to Yah must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So I'm just talking about faith now. Oh, excuse me, man. Faith is things that you don't see. I understand that you heard it. That's fine. You got to have faith on that. Now, I understand that it's not inexcusable. I understand if you don't believe. Because it's faith that's making you believe. All right? I'm talking about inexcusable, man, when you see some stuff. That's what y'all want me to read that first. Because most of the time we come here is faith. Y'all come here in faith, believing that, what they did in the Old Testament, the Old Tanakh, New Tanakh, as now in these 2,000 years, we are doing it, still believing, because our ancestors did that. You know what I'm saying? Our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob did it. Musa in the tribe of Yisrael, when they came out of Mizraim, you know what I'm saying, and walked the 40 years in the wilderness, and then went to the promised land, when y'all taught them how to keep the commandments, statutes, laws, judgment. We are having faith, and we believe what the told them, and we carry out the things out to now. That is faith. But what's excusable with us is written down in the word now. So now we believe in faith like Enoch. We believe Enoch was translated because it pleased Yah. I went out with Enoch. I don't know what Enoch did, but it pleased Yah. But one thing Enoch did is what I need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Enoch did some things. So it's excusable for me now because it pleased Yah. So what it takes me to please Yah? For my purpose now. What is the things that pleases Yah? That's what the things I need to be doing. One thing is, come on Shabbat. Would I please Yah? Yes, come on Shabbat. So we pleasing Yah right now. That's one thing we're doing. So that's what's is excusable for us. If we know that. Enoch pleased Yah. So it's excusable if you're not pleasing Yah. If you're not pleasing Yah, something's up. Something's up. What about Abel? You know what I'm saying? He gave righteous. You know what I'm saying? He was dead, but his sacrifice was more righteous than Cain. See, Cain had a chance. It was inexcusable for Cain. I like that. This wasn't in my sermon. Thank you, Yah. Yah came to Cain. We can go to that scripture and I can show you. In Genesis chapter 4. Told Cain to get it right before you kill his brother. So it's excusable for Cain. He had no excuse. He could have pleased Yah, but he didn't want to. He let his pride get in the way. Selfish get in the way. Self-centered get in the way. But most of all, he let Satan get to him to do what he had to do. So it's excusable for him, just like us. That's why y'all were dealing with me. We got the word. We got examples. Like I was telling my elder, I love him, man. The reason I like elder so much, love him so much, because he's my brother. I really used to look to him at age 13, 14 years old. And he's still faithful. See, that's what I'm saying. Those are examples. That's why it's excusable for me. And y'all say, I gave you your elder. You couldn't get it right? What's your problem? That's what y'all going to say to me. Gave you that brother favor. He came here, he only been about 2.5 years. You know what I'm saying? Gave you brother Pedro, but he just walked in the door. He worked all hard, a week all hard, and he still come on Shabbat. What's your problem? He talking to me. He ain't talking to y'all. What's the excuse, old man? He telling me. There ain't no excuse. What's your problem? That's why you're talking about the Doctrine. That's why we read so much of the Doctrine, the Word of Yah. That's why we pray and study. Because like I said, our people, we in trouble. I'm talking about now. Because there ain't no excuse for us. Well, look at it. I done told we got Enoch. We got Noah. We got Abraham. We got Isaac. We got Jacob. That's 5 right there. Then we got Joseph. Oh man, don't talk about Joseph. Joseph's one of the elite. You know what I'm saying? Then we got Musa. You know what I'm saying? Joshua. all the judges. You know what I'm saying? Samuel, David, some of the kings. We ain't say all the kings. You know what I'm saying? A couple of the kings, man. I say about 3 or 4 kings, man. There about 7 kings, but about 3 or 4 of them was the heart of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But all these prophets, man. And here comes Yahusha, Yah himself in the flesh. He had, oh man, that was the icing on the cake. There's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? I'm cutting through my sermon. Because I'm just saying, man, y'all gave me this thing. Talking about, thou excusable old man. Thou excusable. I said, y'all, why you say that, thou excusable old man? He said, there's none excuse. None. He ain't having it. That's why we preaching it here. I don't care that lollipop world out there in you TV land, all y'all lollipop kids and all that. I'm sorry, man. This day and age, man, all y'all can read. This day and age, you got the smartphones, you got the computers, you got the laptop, you got the document. There ain't no excuse. That's why I'm talking about the word. That's why I said there's got to be faith. Faith is just, you hearing it. Okay. There might be an excuse. You ain't really got that faith, but you give everybody a grain of measure of faith. But I'm talking about when he shows you. And I'm going to show you some things. When he shows you. Let's go to John 21. Still in my sermon. When he starts showing you things. Yeah, without faith it's impossible to please him. Alright? We talked about that. John 21. I think when y'all give me something to speak on. I'm rocking and rolling now. I'm ready to go. Verse 23, 25. Then went this saying abroad among the brethren, that the disciples should not die. Yet Yeshua said not to him, he should not die, but if I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to you? Verse 24 and 25, excuse me. This is the disciple which testified of these things, and wrote these things, and we know that his testimony is true. We're talking about Yeshua. Verse 25. And there are also many other things which Yahusha did, the which, if they should be written, everyone, I suppose, that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. This was John was writing about Yahusha. This was John written down. They didn't write all the miracles and stuff. All the things that Yahusha did when he walked this 3.5 years. They didn't write all that. But I'm trying to tell you right now, all those people that time, Yahusha time, they ain't got no excuse. All the Pharisees and Sadducees, man, that probably against Yahusha, all the ones that sit there and deny Yahusha's healings, deny Yahusha's talking, you know, just deny that Yahusha was the Mashiach at the time, there's no excuse. Because John said you couldn't write all these things. That's what y'all said. They see it with their eyes. That's what y'all said. If you see it, you done. You are done. I'd rather for somebody to tell me, I heard it, that means I got to have faith to believe you. You know what I'm saying? But if I see what Yahusha done did, there's no excuse. You're in trouble. If you don't get down on your knees and start praying and doing the work of Yah, there ain't no excuse. Because Yah showed you face to face. He showed you face to face what was going on. Excuse me. Let's go to Numbers 13, verse 33. That's what I was talking about. Y'all was telling me about that. Yahuwah going to show you some things, man. Through the rock. He going to show you. When he shows you stuff, there's no excuse. You're inexcusable, man. But if you hear it, and somebody say, yeah, she just got married. She just got healed. He just got healed. He was done. He couldn't walk, but now he's walking. He couldn't see, but now he can see. But I wasn't there. He's seeing. He's giving praise to y'all. Okay, I had to take that to faith. Yeah, y'all did heal him. Yeah, that he is walking. Great. But I'm right there in that thing when the man says in the name of Yeshua, get him walking. The dude gets him walking. I'm watching him. And he's walking. He's jumping, running, praising him. The man blind in the name of Yahusha. The man eyes see. The name of Yahusha, man, eyes in, his ears, he's hearing. One day they say the name he cast out the devil, the demons out of him. He was done. I knew it through. Foaming at the mouth and everything else. And I'm watching the miracles and healing of Yahusha. There's going to be no excuse for me in that day. I sit there and watch, and it's all for this. It's for the glory of Yah. Ain't glory for man. It's for the glory of Yah. I'm going to get there how you get the glory of Yah. Glory of Yah is glory. Praise that for your unbelief. Now you have belief. Because you had a lot of people got unbelief. A lot of people got unbelief in their heart stone because they're not going to believe any old thing. Because a lot of things have been lied to. Satan been lied to so many times. That's why it's hard for them. That's why y'all do these things so you will believe and start playing around. That's why he's talking about there's no inexcusable old man. This day and age. That's why you say we keep on talking about in this church. I love it when y'all talk about the new millennium, when Yahushua's coming. You preparing my body because we already know this is the last days. Minister Richard be speaking about that. You better get ready because this is end time. Ain't no more playing. Ain't no more getting ready. You better be ready. You better be up there studying, worshiping. You better be praying. If you don't know how to pray, you need to start praying. I'll go to number 13. I bet y'all already there already. Let me get there real quick. Numbers 13, verse 33. All right. 13:33. Hey, where you at, homie? I don't mess my own self up. Damn. Thank you, y'all. I'm going to get it right anyway. If I can find it myself. I'm messing up, man. Come on, Ron. You got to get this right. We're going to do some reading because this is one part I want to read. All right, we're going to Numbers 13. Verse 30. And Caleb still the people before Musa and said, let's go up at once if possible and possess it, for we are well able to recover it. But the men that went up with him said, we will be not able to go up against this people, for they are stronger than we. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Yisrael, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is land that eat up with inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw it are men of great stature. All right, we're talking about the 40 spies that went up to spy out the land, the promised land, and then out of the 12, 2 of them gave a good report, the other ones gave an evil report. All right, and chapter 14, that's why I didn't write it down, that's why I messed up a year ago. Verse 13, that is the scripture. Verse 33 again of chapter 13, I had it right. And there we saw the giants of the sons of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own eyes, our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. All right, and then in chapter 14, and all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. Okay, they wept that night. Okay, they cried. All right, and hear this evil report. Okay, let's go to chapter 14, verse 13. And Musa said to y'all, then the Egyptians shall hear it, for that's they brought. Wait a minute. Come on, man, I messed up. All right, verse 10. Let's go back. Verse 9. This is what Yahshua now says. Only rebel not you against Yah. Neither fear ye the people or the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and Yah is with us. Fear them not. But all the congregation stoned them with stones. And the glory of Yah appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel. And Yah said unto Musa, how long will these people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me for all the signs which I have shewed amongst them? And it says, I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and will make of them a great nation and a mighty than they. Okay, verse 11. This is what I was talking about, thou inexcusable. Remember what I'm saying, that these are the people that were with Musa. These were the people, we're going to read it right there, when they see the 10 plagues of Mizraim, when they see when Pharaoh got beat up. Pharaoh got beat up and plagued every time. My brother was talking about that, about Pharaoh. Pharaoh's name was always heard of. If anybody that comes to Yeshua, Yah, anybody, even the Muslim, know about Pharaoh. Pharaoh's name will always be great. You know what I'm saying? Because Yah used them to be an example. All right? The 10 plagues on Mizraim. The people in Goshen, that's what it was. They didn't get plague in Goshen. But everybody in Mizraim got plagued, but except the children of Israel. So they seen what y'all has did. They seen it. They see how y'all destroyed the Nazarene and brought them out. And then y'all show, then he's going to show them and read the scripture to you, how y'all brought them out through the Red Sea. You know what I'm saying? He destroyed the Egyptians, man. That's what y'all was telling about. Verse 11. And y'all said unto Musa, how long will these people provoke me? How long? Y'all was mad. He was mad because y'all done showed him already his power, his mighty arm. You know what I'm saying? He showed it many a times. That's why they're inexcusable. That's why they was inexcusable. All of them was inexcusable. Talking about, man, we are grasshoppers to them. They're giant. We're grasshoppers. Then here comes Joseph. Here comes Joshua and Caleb trying to persuade them, man. They don't want somebody to get up stones and start stoning them. Come on, man. You get up stones and want to stone the men of y'all, man. That was trying to encourage them. Man, they're like bread to us. Joshua was saying. Joshua said, man, y'all will destroy them for us. Man, they gonna get mad at them, man. Y'all was provoked about that. He was provoked because this is how long are they gonna believe me? You know, did he just turn the water, man, and the water mora, that means bitter, mora. He don't turn that to sweet, moves out to a branch, man. That's the first time they came out into the desert, man, had nothing to drink. And all of them had some water to drink. Think about over 600,000 million people drinking from a brook. It gushed the wall. The rock and water come out so they could drink. You know what I'm saying? All this time. He said, y'all, how many people fuck me, man? But they said, excuse me, because y'all showed them. Y'all showed with his mighty hands what he could do. It ain't like us to have faith. We got to believe this because we have to believe it. I didn't see this. You didn't see this. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see the Red Sea because that's one of my dreams, man. I want to see how y'all did the Red Sea and walk through it and see the walls of water, man. And just watch the wall of water crush down the Egyptian like this. You know, so we see it on TV, yes, we imagine. But what do you see for real life? That's crazy, man. What do you think about before you went in there and y'all had the storm, the tornado, whirlwinds, man? And y'all moving you by light in the nighttime, fire, and pillar cloud by day. He's moving you and transplanting you to move through it. You're seeing all this stuff. Y'all with you. Yahuwah don't build you told you how to build the tabernacle, the wilderness. You don't build the tabernacle. You don't get all these things. You don't start sacrificing for y'all. You're doing all these things. You know? That's why y'all said it provoked me, man. Y'all tired. You know what I'm saying? That's why it says, man. Yeah, he said he repented that he made man. He was mad. He was mad about that. That's why he told Musa, man, I'll move them out the way and build another nation. Forget these people. Because they're hard-headed and stiff-necked. That's what he said. They're hard-headed, stiff-necked people, man. We are. We still today like that, hard-headed. Because y'all even today, Yahuwah is showing us stuff. Don't even have to have faith. And we see the miracles and blessings of y'all with our eyes. That's why he told me, you're inexcusable, old man. Because I'm here right now, and I'm showing you right now. I'm showing the miracles of Yahuwah. I'm showing the glory of y'all right now with your own eyes. You can see it. But you want to say it's some witchcraft. You want to say some familiar spirit. You want to say it's not of Yah. That's a lie, man. That's why Yahuwah says inexcusable. We're talking about the old Tanakh right now. But for us, it got to be a faith right now. That's why I understand that. But I'm talking about when Yahuwah show you something. When Yahuwah starts showing you something, it's inexcusable. You're going to be accountable for that. You will be accountable for that because he shows you front, face to face, all his glory, all his power. And you're going to deny it? You're just going to straight deny it? That's why you're inexcusable. He was telling me about that. And that's why I read it in John. The whole books can't tell you what Yahushua did. That's why it stuns me. Why are you talking about this man? And even the history book, Josephus, that traitor, that's why I found out he was a traitor. I said, what? He was Yakudim, man. He was a traitor for the Romans, man. And he wrote about Yahushua 2,000 years ago. The historians, if they write about Yahushua right, man. That's why Yachanan said the books cannot contain all the miracles he did when he fed the 5,000, man, the 7,000. You know what I'm saying? When he was walking on the water, man, they thought he was a spirit. When he was on the mountain of transfiguration, he transfigured right to his glorified body. He told Kepha and James, John, don't say nothing to nobody until I'm gone. You know, they seen it. That's why those 12 apostles is excusable. And that's why Judas, that betrayed him, that's why he couldn't go back. It was excusable for him. He walked with the Mashiach and betrayed the Mashiach. Even though it was predestined for him to be like that, that was the man to do that. We already know. But still, y'all set him up like that. It was excusable for him. He don't see all the miracles. He seen no healing. Another thing I'm going to show it too about Lazarus. I'm going through my sermon already. Let's go to Exodus 14:13. I definitely want to got a couple more scriptures. I'm not trying. I want to say I ain't trying. I ain't trying to be long. But I'm rolling. Let's go to Exodus. Exodus 14:13. Thank you, y'all. Oof, don't mess my own self on that one. All right. Thou excusable old man. He told me that, man. There ain't no excuse. That's why I look at people. People think I'm hard on people outside. They think I'm judging. I'm not judging you, man. I'm going to say, you know what y'all have done, and you're inexcusable. I'm not judging. You're going to get accounted for those things. I'm just forewarning you. I'm just trying to help you. I'm trying to help you get repentant. Well, go ahead.
We are judging. We're not damning you.
There you go.
You know.
I like that. Damning and judging. Thank you, sir. I ain't never heard it like that. I appreciate that. A lot of people damn when you judge as damnation, that's damnation. But we are judging you. I like that. I need to use that more like saying, damn, if I'm damning you. There you go.
I'm not casting you in the hell.
Yeah.
I'm judging you to get you out of yourself.
There you go. That's basically what we do, but they take it the wrong way. Yeah.
I ain't damning you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. All right. Exodus 14:13. Musa said unto the people, fear you not, stand still and see the salvation of Yah, which he will shew to you today. For the Mizraim whom ye have seen today, you shall see them again no more forever. Elohim shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. And Yah said to Musa, wherefore criest thou to me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward. But lift you up the rod and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it. And the children of Israel should go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. And I, behold, I will harden the hearts of Pharaoh, the hearts of Mizraim, and they shall follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, upon his chariot and upon his horsemen. And the Mizraim shall know that I am Yah, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen, and the Melech of Yah, which went before the camp of Yisrael, removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face, and stood behind them, and it came between the camp of Mizraim and the camp of Yisrael, and it was a cloud and a darkness to them, but it gave light by night into these, so that the one came not near the others all the night. And Musa stretched out his hand over the sea, and Elohim caused the sea to go back by the strong east wind all night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Yisrael went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. And the Mizraim pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, and even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watched Elohim looked upon the host of the Mizraim through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Mizraim, and took off their chariot wheels that drave them heavily. So that Mizraim said, let us flee from this face